Hey, what's up everybody? This is Shawn's Riff Time Machine. Thanks for joining me again this week. Before I get into the tasty riff, I want to talk about two awesome milestones for me. And the first is that Alik's second single is currently streaming on all platforms. I know I've bugged a lot of you personally to go and listen to it. Please continue to do so. Stream the crud out of it. At the time of recording, right now, which is actually before the song is dropped, the current single, which is Valerian Sleep, has almost 14,000 streams on Spotify, which is a big milestone, something I'm very grateful for. So thank you to all you who have supported and that will spin the song and share it, leave it on repeat, whatever you do. It is very much appreciated. The next thing is that this week's episode marks the anniversary of Shawn's Riff Time Machine. I've been doing this every Saturday for a whole year. And for the most part, it's been really easy to do. The episodes have come pretty naturally, and I've had the drive to do it. And other times have been a bit of a slog, and I've had to push myself. I think at one point I had probably 8 or 9 episodes in backlog, and then there was 1 or 2 weeks where I was like, I have to record something for Saturday. So, you know, it's been a fun experience, and I'm really grateful for people that watch it and those that comment and participate. It has been a lot of fun. It will continue. It may not be every week going forward. I don't have plans to change it now, but, you know, whatever the future brings. I hit that milestone that I wanted to of having, you know, a whole year's worth of content here. And it's been fun. I'm proud of it. So you'll still get more Shawn's Riff Time Machine. It just might not be as frequent. Anyway, let's talk about the band. This week we're going to talk about Nightwish. Nightwish is a Finnish symphonic heavy metal band. Started in '96 by Tarja, Tuomas, and Empu. And this was a band that I discovered after I came home from a mission. I've talked about this before. When I came home from my church service mission, there was a ton of music that my brothers collected. Like, so much. It was choice paralysis kind of music collection. And so I used to just put it on random. There was one time I was at the community college. Shortly after I got back, I had a big gap in between my classes. I tried to maximize as much time as I could on campus. Just be there and study in my car or at a table somewhere or whatever. And then over time, I really kind of got into a routine where it was easy to take care of that stuff. And I just had a lot of dead time. So I ended up just turning on the iPod and shuffling through my music. And one day, I remember this, it was, I think it was in the fall of 2006. Maybe just the end of the summer. I got Nightwish on. And I never really listened to Nightwish. I'd heard of them before. I was familiar with the band, knew they had like a female vocalist, and you know, I had some bands that I liked that had female vocalists, like Kuna Coil and a couple others, but I never really took the dive to discover Nightwish. And I got the song Wishmaster on shuffle, and it was floored. Like, I loved it. Thought it was awesome. I was like, oh, it's that kind of female singing. Had no idea. I don't know why, but Tarja has an operatic classical style of singing. And it lends itself really well to this kind of heavy metal. And so I spent a lot of time with Wishmaster, and then went backwards to Oceanborn, and then up to Century Child and Once, which was, I think, the most recent album at the time. It would have been. And just started to really ingest this stuff. I loved Nightwish. I listened to Nightwish constantly. Probably around that time, they became my most played band. They just were the right band at the right time for me. Shortly after Once came out, and they toured and did all that stuff at the end of 2000 and shoot, I don't even remember when it was, 2006, maybe into 2007. They fired Tarja, and you know, I think there was maybe some divaness going on. But that was sucky. I was like, man, there's another band I'll never get to see. And they replaced her with a vocalist from Sweden. Her name was Annette Olsson, who I didn't really like that much. The albums that she did with Nightwish, which are Dark Passion Play and Imaginarium, are both good, but she just could not sing Tarja's songs. She would change a lot of the melodies to fit the poppier style of singing that she had. Just was not a fan. But her performances, the recorded versions, are fine. I was actually able to see Nightwish when they came here to Salt Lake City for Annette's very last show. They played a show in Denver, and she didn't go on stage. She was sick or whatever. I think the band was getting fed up. And so a bunch of backing vocalists who were touring with them, and probably maybe it was Camelot that was touring with them. Does that sound right? they kind of stepped in and did the bill, and the next night she performed here in Salt Lake City, and then the next day she was gone. She was either quit or was fired, I can't remember, but got to see her with Nightwish for the very last time. She was replaced by Floor Jansen, who's a powerhouse. She's an amazing vocalist, and she's more well-rounded for both positions. She can do a lot of Tarja's songs, not quite the way Tarja would do them, but she also can sing any of Annette's stuff really well. Anyway, I've seen Nightwish 3 or 4 times, and it's always been a good time. The first time was at Wacken in 2008. I was very hyped to see them, but a little bit let down because they didn't play enough of the power metal stuff I was the biggest fan of, and Annette really just could not sing Tarja's songs. The band's changed significantly. The first couple albums, Oceanborn and Wishmaster, have a lot of epic power metal moments, really fast, catchy stuff going on. And they don't write music like that anymore. It's a lot more, I don't know, interpretive and soulful, and it almost sounds like a movie score these days. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I'm not really connected with the band like I used to. But Oceanborn's still one of my favorite albums ever. And yeah, I love Nightwish. I love the classic era of Nightwish. I still listen to them a lot. So yeah, the song that I want to play today comes from the Century Child album, and it's Ever Dream. Ever Dream is one of my favorite Nightwish songs. I'm going to play from the solo through the outro, and the outro is like, it's still goosebump inducing for me. This is one of the songs I was really hoping to hear them play when we first saw them in Germany. And this whole last section, like when they would do it classically, they'd have Marco. He plays bass and does the male vocals. Tarji does the female vocals, and they blend this harmony, and it's just massive. And it was not like that. It was poorly executed, and I was disappointed. But anyway, yeah, if you want to hear a killer version of this, is probably the one I'm going to include, is the one that they did for the End of an Era DVD live that they did at the end of the Once tour. They also did one at the Lowlands Festival, I think the same year, that's really, really good. So anyway, Ever Dream's fantastic. Go listen to the song, check out Nightwish, they're worth your time. Cheers.